In this video, we will see the next subtopic from the circles chapter, which says cyclic quadrilaterals. Now, a quadrilateral ABCD is called cyclic if all the four vertices of it lie on a circle. So, if you have a circle here and you have a quadrilateral ABCD. Now, this quadrilateral ABCD is called a cyclic quadrilateral if all the vertices of the quadrilateral they lie on the circle. Now, based on the cyclic quadrilateral, there are two theorems to be understood, and what I want you to do is I will give you the statement of the theorems, but I want you to take circles of different radius and plot a cyclic quadrilateral inside it and check whether the theorem holds true for circles of different radius. Now I will tell you the statements of the theorems. The first theorem under this is the sum of either pair of opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degrees. Okay, so if you have a cyclic quadrilateral, then the pair of opposite angles is sum of the pairs of opposite angles is 180 degrees. So you have a cyclic quadrilateral here ABCD. Now which are the sides or which are the angles which are opposite here? Angle A is opposite to angle B and angle B is opposite to angle D. So according to the theorem, if this is a cyclic quadrilateral, then angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees and angle B and angle D is equal to 180 degrees. So the first theorem says that if the given quadrilateral is a cyclic quadrilateral, then a pair of opposite angles, okay, they are such that the sum of the pair of opposite angles is equal to 180 degrees. So angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees and angle B plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. Now this is one theorem. Now you have the converse of this theorem. The converse of this theorem will be what? Here it says if ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, then the sum of the pair of opposite angles is equal to 180 degrees. Converse will be if the pair of opposite angles is equal to 180 degrees, then the quadrilateral has to be a cyclic quadrilateral. So what is the converse of theorem 11? If the sum of a pair of opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180 degrees, then the quadrilateral is a cyclic quadrilateral. That is, if angle A plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees and angle B plus angle D is 180 degrees, then all the four vertices, that is A, B, C and D, will lie on the circle. That is, ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Now based on the theorems that we have studied, okay, based on the theorem on arcs and the cyclic quadrilateral, let us solve some examples. Consider this example. In the given figure, angle PQR is 100 degrees, where PQ and R are points on a circle with center O. You have to find angle OPR. So you are given, okay, 3 points on the circle P, Q and R, and O is the center of the circle. Now it is given that angle PQR is 100 degrees. Okay, and you have to find angle POPR. So you have to find OPR. So this angle you have to find. So what is given here? Angle PQR is 100 degrees and you have to find angle OPR. Now what we will do is we will take any point S on the major arc of the circle. Now this is your minor arc. So this is your major arc of the circle. So let us take a point P on the major arc of the circle and let us join these two points. So we have joined PS and RS. Okay. Now you see P, Q, R, S, all the points, they lie on the circle. So this forms a cyclic quadrilateral. Correct? This is a cyclic quadrilateral because all the 4 points of the quadrilateral, they lie on the circle. Now, since this is a cyclic quadrilateral, you know, angle PQR plus angle PSR is equal to 180 degrees. So what will be angle PSR? Angle PSR will be 180 degrees minus angle PQR. So angle PSR is 80 degrees. So this angle is 80 degrees. Now, what is angle POR? Can you find this angle? Now if I find this angle, then I can take this triangle and I can find this angle. So now if you see this angle POR will be 2 times angle PSR. Why? Now if you take this as your minor arc, then this is the angle subtended by the minor arc PR. So you know the theorem that this angle is 2 times this angle, correct? If you take any other point on the major arc or the remaining part of the arc, then this angle is double this angle. So this theorem we have studied. So I can say angle POR is equal to 2 times angle PSR. Okay, angle POR is 2 times angle PSR. This is from the theorem. POR is 2 times angle PSR. So this is 2 times angle PSR. I found it to be equal to 80 degrees. So this is 160 degrees. So angle POR is equal to 160 degrees. So I got this angle, and this, what is this angle? This angle is 180 degrees. Now if you observe the circle, this lens here, now this is the radius of the circle, correct? OP and OR are the radii of the circle. So they have to be equal. So OP is equal to OR because they form the radii of the circle. Now you know the theorem that if you have a triangle and if this side is equal to this side, then this angle should be equal to this angle. So based on that, you know this side is equal to this side. So this angle has to be equal to this angle. So angle OPR should be equal to angle ORP. So angle OPR is equal to angle ORP. What is the reason? Angles opposite to equal sides of a triangle. Now if you take this triangle POR, so if you take triangle POR, okay, if you take triangle POR, this angle plus this angle plus this angle should be 180. Why? Because it is angle sum property. So angle OPR plus angle ORP plus angle POR is equal to 180 degrees because of angle sum property. So angle OPR plus angle ORP plus angle POR is equal to 180 degrees. Now I have to find OPR, correct? So we know angle ORP is equal to OPR. So let us substitute for ORP as OPR because they are equal. So angle OPR plus angle, for this I am putting OPR because I want to find OPR, plus this is 160 degrees is equal to 180. This is 2 times angle OPR plus 160 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. So this is 2 angle OPR is 180 minus 160, which is 20 degrees. So 2 times angle OPR is 20 degrees. Therefore angle OPR will be 20 upon 2, which is 10 degrees. So we have found angle OPR. Now let us see another example. In the given figure, A, B, C and D are 4 points on a circle such that AC and BD intersect at a point E, such that angle BEC is equal to 130 degrees and angle ECD is equal to 20 degrees. Find angle BAC. So you are given that A, B, C and D are 4 points on a circle, and this AC and BD, they intersect at the point E, and BEC is 130 degrees and ECD is 20 degrees. Now you have to find BAC. So this is what I have to find. So let us see here. Now if you take this line here, you know this angle. Can you find this angle? Yes, because this forms a linear pair. So if this angle plus this angle is 180 degrees. So angle CED plus angle BEC is 180 degrees because they form a linear pair. So what is angle CED? Angle CED is 180 degrees minus angle BEC, which is 180 degrees minus 130 degrees. This is 130. So I get this angle as 50 degrees. Okay. Now I got this angle as 50 degrees. Now if you take, now what I am trying to prove here is, you know that if you have 2 points, okay, lying on the same segment of the circle, then this angle and this angle will be equal. That is one theorem you have studied, that if the angles lie on the same segment of the circle, then those two angles should be equal. So you have studied that theorem. So if I find this angle, then this angle will be equal to this angle by that theorem. So now can I find this angle? Now if you consider this particular triangle here, you know this angle and this angle. Then by angle sum property I can find this angle, right? So I can use that. So in triangle DEC, angle DEC plus angle EDC plus angle DCE is equal to 180 degrees. So this is angle sum property. So let us substitute 50 degrees plus angle DEC plus 20 is equal to 180. This is 70 plus angle EDC is 180. So I get angle EDC as 110 degrees. So angle EDC, this angle I got it equal to 110. Now angle, this angle means angle BDC also, right? So angle BDC is also 110 degrees. Now angle BAC is equal to angle BDC, right? Angle BAC is equal to angle BDC because of angles in the same segment of the circle. That theorem we are using here. Therefore angle BAC will be equal to 110 degrees. So this is what we had to find. Now let us solve the third example. It's given that ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral whose diagonals are intersecting at point E. If angle DBC is 70 degrees, angle BAC is equal to 30 degrees, find angle BCD. You have a quadrilateral, cyclic quadrilateral ABCD whose diagonals are intersecting at the point E, and angle DBC. So this angle DBC is equal to 70 degrees and BAC is equal to 30 degrees. Now you have to find BCD. So this angle is what I have to find. Now you know that this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So if I find this angle, okay, then I know this angle plus this angle is 180 degrees. So I can use that and find this angle. Now how to find this angle? If you know a property, okay, a theorem which says, now this is just, these two angles lie on the same segment of the circle. So this angle should be equal to this angle, right? So using that, angle DAC should be equal to angle CBD. So this angle should be equal to this angle CBD, correct? So angle DAC should be equal to angle CBD. So what is angle or CAD? If I say CAD is equal to CBD. So what is angle CAD? Angle CAD will be equal to 70 degrees because they are equal. Now let us take angle BAD. So what will be angle BAD? You know angle. Now if I find this, then I can find this. So I am taking angle BAD. What is angle BAD? Angle BAD is angle BAC plus angle CAD. Angle BAD is same as angle BAC plus angle CAD. What is angle BAC? It is 30 degrees. And what is angle CAD? CAD is 70 degrees. So angle BAD is 100 degrees. Now since ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral, angle BAD plus angle BCD will be equal to 180 degrees. So angle BAD plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degrees. This is 100 degrees plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degrees. So angle BCD is 180 minus 100, which is 80 degrees. Therefore angle BCD is equal to 180 degrees. So this is how we use the theorems that we have studied to solve the given problems.